Katrina.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And welcome to Do It For The Bit, where we've been watching teen shows since 99. So, this is our friend Emma.
Hello. Let's get down to brass tacks.
Teen shows. Netflix. Being 12 to 13. Consuming media.
The very essence of being like a little girl and having like a hyperfixation show and like knowing the ins and outs of it and being like, whenever anyone brings it up, you're having to like control yourself from like bursting out of your chest and be like, oh yeah, no, I like that show too, but then having to be like
calm down.
Calm down.
It's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what we consumed at 12 to like 14, 15.
16.
16, sorry.
Yeah.
If like it was, it was like good garbage for you if your dad walked past and was like, it like made like a noise of like, ugh. like if your dad could not sit down for even a minute and like the show,
just could not endure it,
then it was good for the teenage girl's soul.
Or then, but if he like walks by a second time and then he stands there for like 15 seconds with his hands crossed on his chest and he's like, who's this?
What's going on?
I'm confused. What's going on?
My dad doesn't handle fantastical elements really well. So, like, I would watch Teen Wolf, and he's like, there's so much blood. And he's like, and they're monsters. Why do you like this?
My parents didn't either, but then they watched the entirety of The Walking Dead last summer, and I was so confused, because they were always hating on zombie stuff, like, my entire childhood.
Yeah.
Because I watched, like, The Walking Dead when I was in, like, middle school, high school.
Yeah.
And they were always like, I don't get it. What's the big deal? Why does everyone like zombies? And then, like, last year, they just decided to watch the entire show.
And were they like, I get it?
Yeah.
Did you finish it? Because I watched that show, and once it got to like season,
I mean, it ended last year.
I had to stop because it was every episode was becoming a filler episode. It was so slow and so bad, and they killed off one of my favorite characters for no reason. And I was like, you know what? This is actually it's bad now. It's like, and then like once Andrew Lincoln was leaving, it's like, what's the point?
You worked in the Museum of the Moving Image in New York or at Queens like last year.
Yeah, and they had the big exhibit last summer was about The Walking Dead.
It was awesome.
It was called Living with the Walking Dead. We had like props and costumes and like special effects makeup and like all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, it was really cool. That's definitely why they started watching it. I think like after they came and visited me and like saw the exhibit and stuff, they like decided to give it a try.
They were like,
because they loved it.
I was fucking shocked. But then, sorry, do y'all cuss on here?
We do.
Yes.
Okay. I was shocked. But like
I was fucking floored.
I was fucking floored. But then they like stuck with it and actually finished the whole show, and I was like, I have never been more surprised.
The whole show?
They watched the whole damn show. Like,
they
caught all the way up and then caught like the finale, like that happened because it happened last year. Yeah, I was like, you guys surprise me every day.
Wow. They're still growing, you know?
They're still growing.
Maybe they're little girls at heart.
Parents, they're just like us.
The Walking Dead's for little girls. It's a little girl hyperfixation show.
It very much was.
My dad, like, I was trying to. I hate all of the movies that he likes, and he hates all the movies I like. So I tried getting him to watch Pirates of the Caribbean because I was like, "Oh, you love ships and stuff."
And the ships.
And he was having a blast until they turned into skeletons.
Oh.
And he's like, he like sighed and like put his hands down and started like looking around the room. And then he like looked at me and he said, why did they go and ruin such a nice movie? I'm like, one of the most iconic, like, everyone loves the skeleton thing.
When they're walking under the water.
And it's like, holy cow.
Shit, how'd they do this? This is so cool.
And it's like
curves.
2005 or whatever with the CGI.
And it honestly looks pretty good.
It holds up.
It holds up. It looks so good. It's like so iconic. You're gonna start believing in ghost stories.
You're in one.
Why
did they have to ruin
He
this?
sighed, just started looking around the room. He's like, why did they have to go and ruin such a nice movie? I was enjoying the romance and the ships and the costumes.
Swashbuckling action.
I was like, I'm sorry. And he sighed. He's like, I'm gonna have nightmares. So obviously he was not gonna rock with me watching Teen Wolf.
No.
Which is...
I don't think I ever got my parents to watch any of my teen shows except for American Horror Story. I did get them to watch.
You watched American Horror Story with your parents?
Which season was your favorite?
That is a solo show for me.
I mean,
naturally. Considering everything.
My family is not like other families. I was watching Game of Thrones with them
family.
when I was like in middle school. I should not have been. Like, let me just clarify. But I was.
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah. Parents sound cool as hell, man.
I'm like, I kind of like the attitude they had about it, though. They were always kind of like, you can pretty much watch anything, but if it's too violent or too sexual...
Sorry, that's our dryer going off. So this is not, believe it or not, this is not a studio. This is a loving home.
Dude, that's like such a long.
Yeah, it's unnecessarily long. I don't know why it's like that. What was I even saying?
You're watching Game of Thrones,
With
and
your
your parents are
parents.
cool like that because
They're cool. Oh yeah, I just like the attitude that they have about stuff like that. They were always kind of like, okay, you know, you can pretty much watch whatever we're watching. If you think that it's too violent or too sexual, because there were times when I was a kid where like someone would pull out a gun and I'd be like, I don't want to watch this. Like I would like police myself. They didn't even have to tell me to like leave the room or something. I'd just be like, I'm scared. Like, I don't want to see this. But like they would, you know, once in a while they would decide. Like I remember one time when I was a kid, my mom like putting on Pulp Fiction, and then at some point she was like, you know what? I think you guys are ready for this. And then like, we saved it for a couple of years later.
Yes. What's up, Key?
I'm here.
Say hello.
Hey. What's up?
Parker's in the room.
Man.
For our listeners out there, one of our friends just came in.
Am I in frame?
You're not
What is
right.
your favorite season of American Horror Story?
Have you watched any?
No. I do like the oh Jesus, my car has no AC, and it was like brutal.
A little sweaty.
Yeah. I'm like dying. All to get 2 butter croissants.
Somewhere in Texas.
Yeah. I haven't watched American Horror Story, but
Get some ASMR in here. Just
But-
no one can see you.
You're not.
For our listeners and our viewers, since he's off frame, Parker's like eating a croissant and like crumpling
Out
out
of
of
a
a paper
Starbucks
bag by
bag.
the mic.
I haven't seen American Horror Story, but I have seen the American Crime Story thing that Ryan Murphy did, the OJ one.
I
Yeah,
wanted to
That's
see
really
that.
good.
I wanted to see.
I haven't
I
seen
heard
any
Ryan
of
Murphy's
those.
a tool. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
No.
Is that gonna hurt my career? I just know all the wardrobe department did not like working with him.
Oh yeah, you've mentioned that.
They
yeah.
were like, he's impossible to work for.
I've just heard he's cunty AF. You know?
You already use Cunty AF?
Cunty Summer?
What is Cunty Summer? So.
You put that on his LinkedIn.
Creator of AHS, CEO of, endorser of Cunty Summer.
I think he just like probably has a big head because he's made so
probably
many shows.
he's like kind of the king of all.
He's
like
he's made like
of
what,
teen television, like
Yeah.
was he? But
American Horror Story, American Crime Story, Pose, right?
was he Glee?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I believe he was.
He
He
was
was
Glee.
Glee.
Yeah.
Did y'all watch Glee? I was never a Gleek.
I was a Gleek at one point. Like I didn't ever watch the whole show. I didn't finish it, but I have like watched the first couple of seasons a couple of times over because there's like some really good. The episode, and I will stand by this until the day I die. Like the episode where
the
episode where they do like almost the entire album of Rumors by Fleetwood Mac is like, it's such a good episode of Glee.
really?
It's great. Like it's. Because it's like, you know, the history with that album and all the interpersonal issues that were happening. It's like, in the episode, there's all these interpersonal issues happening, so they use the songs.
That seems like an
to
easy
perform
one
them.
to like translate to a teen
Yeah.
show. Cause
Yeah.
it's just like
It's about
drama
cheating and like,
translated.
like relationship drama and friendship drama and stuff.
Have you seen the chain in that?
I don't remember. They do, I don't want to know, they do like Songbird, I think. They do a bunch of them. They do
Landslide.
some of the bangers. Yeah, I believe they do.
And the episode.
Yeah. My favorite season of American Horror Story is probably the first or the second, though. I've watched those ones over again, like, the most.
Yeah.
The third one's pretty good. Freak Show is where I dropped off, and I watched Coven and Freak Show with my family. That's, like, the ones that I
What was
really
the
watch.
second one? What was the second season?
Asylum.
Asylum.
No, Coven's like I feel like you can watch that one with your family.
Yeah, it's not as like
It's
crazy.
not crazy.
It's not as,
It's
like,
really-
there's not as much
it's-
sexual deviance in that season.
I
know.
think you do see Evan Peter ass,
Yeah.
Yes, I believe you do.
but I mean that's just like a staple of the genre.
That is very
Yeah.
much a staple.
Yeah.
Yes.
I started watching at Freak Show.
Oh, wow.
Like I started watching at Freak Show, and I really liked Freak Show. I thought it was like a fun. I thought it was
hated
fun.
I
Freak
didn't
Show.
love
I was
Freak
having a good
Show.
time.
But they had like sound mixing issues because I was watching it at the time like it was airing. Were you watching it when it was airing? I remember watching like the first episode of Freak Show, and the sound mixing was like not good. Like the background sound was like too loud over the dialogue. It was a thing that just like we watched that, and then me and my family were like,
It's just
damn, we
irritating.
kind of don't want to keep watching this. And it's gonna be like this.
I just liked Evan Peters' character. I liked Jimmy Darling as a character, so I literally
With,
watched
like,
it.
Just like
the
lobster
lobster
hands.
hands?
Yeah. Well, Evan Peters, I always am like
King.
in season 2. See, have you watched Asylum?
I've seen
when he's kid in season 2. That's peak. Season 2 of that show is just like really.
I
good.
loved Asylum.
I
it's
don't
so
really
good.
remember it. I don't remember it very well.
With the
Like I remember like the key
aliens,
points of it,
huh?
but I
the name game, yes. Dominican.
Iconic insane person song.
Yes.
They hijack the sweet little French song and they're just like,
and it's like this is
Let's
ours
turn
now.
this into a nightmare.
this is gonna be the anthem for people who are struggling.
I really liked. I think Roanoke was like the first season that actually like scared me.
No one ever talks about Roanoke.
No one ever talks about Roanoke.
I think I only watched the first episode of that one.
It was one of the first episodes that really scared me. Or like seasons that actually
like it truly.
I was like,
core.
I can't watch this right now. It's actually really scary.
I mean, I watched season 1 when I was in middle school. Unfortunately, like,
Did you?
Like once again, I was just choosing to watch stuff that I shouldn't have been watching. But me and my friend, like my bestie in middle school, we like binged the entirety of season 1 in like one day at her house one summer. Like we were just like, we're gonna watch American Horror Story, and we watched the first season. Why is the first season like I think so good? Just stand alone. Mm-hmm. The first season
literally Murder House. I just moved into college and I never seen any American Horror Story stuff.
And you're gonna start with the moving in one.
I started with Murder House.
You're gonna die in
literally,
there.
my roommates hadn't come in yet, and I was alone for like a week, and I just watched both Murder House and Asylum. And I remember after finishing Murder House, because I just binged it. I just didn't move from my bed. I just watched it all the way through because I was like...
In your concrete dungeon,
in
like
concrete
room where it's dark 24/7, you're like, oh,
and I never
no.
watched a show that I like felt so intensely sick. I was like...
Yeah. Now I want to rewatch
like,
it.
Also, when I was a 13-year-old girl, too, I was having that, like, but Evan Peters is so cute, but his character is so bad.
He's so
And, like,
bad.
he's so complicated. Like, he keeps doing all these bad things, but, like, I love him.
He's, like, actually not that complicated. He's, like, a fucking school shooter.
He's an awful person.
He's a school shooter and a rapist, and, like, just a bad
He's
guy
a
all
bad,
around.
no bueno.
But for some reason, Tumblr made it a lot more complicated. Like,
we
this is
really
a great...
romanticized that one.
Yeah.
This is a morally
Everyone
great
was
character.
super delusional. Like, it was like, y'all are not right at all.
Like, the little
He's
gift
wrong.
sets of the, you're all I want, you're all I have.
Go away, Tate.
Go away!
No, literally,
Yeah,
did
very
you have a
hard
shirt that
rules.
said, normal people scare me? I did not.
I didn't have a shirt, no. I used to make edits,
Paul
though, and
Mescal, right?
edit that, like...
Right?
Wait.
Not video edits. I made like made like graphic design edits when I was in middle school. Whatever, it's embarrassing. I don't think I have a lot of them saved, but I made some American Horror Story ones. Dear Lord.
I just like to say that we have Parker still in the room.
It causing a disturbance.
It's off screen. And whenever Laura said the shirt "Normal People Scare Me," Parker said "Poor Paul Mescal."
God damn it.
Star of the show.
Oh, normal people.
Normal people.
I was like, I don't get this.
Normal people.
Oh wait, it
scare
wasn't
me.
I was
that.
also.
If
I
you
was
just
just.
took that shit.
It wasn't Normal People Scare Me. It was, first of all, this is terrible.
Wait, so you made
It's like really
you made
basic
this
too.
edit.
It's all monsters are human.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes! American
I did
Horror
that,
Story. So you made this one.
The choice to make the gap between them so,
So
hard.
big.
I think that was a template that I found. It's like, I didn't make that. It's like that, and then I superimposed the pictures on there. I downloaded the right font. It's called Chelsea Hotel, by the way.
Chelsea
The
Hotel is the American Horror
Or
Story.
just Chelsea or something, but it's, the American Horror Story font.
Is Leonard Cohen in that season? I'm being serious.
Well, the font of the whole show is Chelsea.
Oh.
That's
Chelsea Hotel, number 2.
Yeah.
Great song.
That's honestly just so iconic that you made an edit.
I had a whole account. It had 6 or
Was it just American Horror Story?
I said 6,000, but I'm like, it might have been 3. It had a couple thousand followers.
Okay,
whatever.
wait, so we're talking to...
So
we're talking to
I wanna go
an
back.
icon.
I went in on that. It wasn't just American Horror Story. It was One Direction. It was whatever. I took requests too.
Yes!
So I have some Selena Gomez ones. I had other ones. Yeah, a lot of Perks of Being Wallflowers in there too.
Oh,
Let me see if I have any.
Logan Lerman,
awesome.
White Boy of the Month.
White Boy of the Decade.
For real. I don't know if I have any of the other ones posted on my Instagram.
Get out of here!
They're not good, by the way. I think that's the funniest thing to me is that they're really basic. I didn't even have to do that much work. This is an all-time low lyric. Wendy, run away with me, and I just like whatever.
Okay. Wait, it's still
I just
active?
made like. This is far down on my Instagram.
That's awesome.
Because I like to leave my Instagram as an archive of my internet
that's what
presence.
Laura does.
That's the same.
I love it. Okay, see, I was like, I don't know what other people do, but it's like a thing for me. Like, if I follow you on Instagram, I'm scrolling all the way down. Like, I want to see where it starts.
I want to see your embarrassing, like,
Me
cringy
too.
first post.
And I leave them there for other people to see because I'm like, I'm not ashamed of my past. Like, you go see my little edits.
Bye,
Bye,
Parker.
Parker has left the studio.
He's left
Parker
the
has
room.
left the building. You can see my like sweaty little picture with Kellen Quinn at like Vans Warped Tour in 2013. I love leaving that stuff there. It's fun.
You went to Vans Warped Tour as a 13-year-old?
I was 13. Yeah. Well, actually, it was probably 12 because it was like the summer before,
Wow.
like of 2013. I was only allowed. So here's the thing with that. I was only allowed to go because my big sister was going.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
made the like
Yeah.
she is going with her friends and like I'll take my friend and then we'll like stick with them. We didn't do that.
Right.
For sure. I mean, of course.
We like, dude, this was like, bro, this is like a thing that I still have like a grudge with my sister over, is that her and her friends were like trying to like, they were like trying to hatch a plan to like go to Vans Warped Tour, and I was like, dude, I want to go too. And she was like, okay, well, like, we made this plan where it was like, okay, we'll convince mom to let us both go and we'll all stick together, whatever. And then my mom comes back and we're like, I start like trying to like be like, hey, and then my sister goes like, this isn't fair. No. Like, she's younger than me. Like, she set my ass up. I ended up getting to go, but
She was like,
I got to go. But I was mad about it, pure veil. Even though I was like, I understand, I get it, because I was her little sister,
Right,
and
your
I always
10-year-old
got to
mom.
do stuff at the same time as her, and she hated it.
yeah, that's how my sister was too.
But like, I'm really glad that I went in 2013 because it was like, that was the year for me
That's
to go.
kind of where it peaked.
Yeah.
I don't know if it got much better after that.
After that too, I just like wasn't into that music as much anymore either. It was just like I started to like do different stuff the next year.
Did you
so
see? Did you see like All Time Low?
no, I wish All Time Low had been there. I saw Sleeping with Sirens was
Okay,
there.
classic.
So Kellen Quinn is the lead singer of Sleeping with Sirens.
Okay.
Bring Me the Horizon was there.
Okay.
Never Shall
Classic.
Never
They're
was there.
I don't know that one.
Okay,
There was
that
another
one.
one called like something Bring Me the not Bring Me. It's some Crown the Empire or something, like I don't know. I
know
didn't
that
listen to
one.
them a ton, but my friend did, so like we went and saw them.
Mm.
I like can't even. Those were like the big ones for me. It was
Yeah.
like Bring Me the Horizon, Sleeping with Sirens, and Never Shout Never. It was a good day.
Yeah.
It was called the best day ever. That was their like branding for that year. Like the best day ever. And it was. It was a good day. It was so hot. You know, in San Antonio, they do it on the AT&T Center parking lot. So you're on the blacktop in the dead heat of a Texan summer. I have never sweat more than I did that
That
day. Like I
sounds
remember just like
awful.
it was like a full body sweating experience for like hours and hours and hours. I didn't pee once, and I was drinking so much water that day.
Were you wearing Converse and black and like a flannel tied around your waist?
So no, I did have a flannel, and I'm like, I think I was just wearing like some shorts. I probably was wearing Converse.
Mm-hmm.
I would venture to guess like Converse or Vans, and then I was wearing a My Chemical Romance like t-shirt.
There you
Of
go.
course.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. It's a full.
I believe that's the year they broke up too, so that's tragic.
That's upsetting.
But no, you got to see him. You got to see him, and you're like, okay.
I didn't get to see them
Oh,
because they like didn't exist anymore. they like I think it was that year.
dang, that's right.
Was it 2012? I thought it was like a little bit later than that.
Don't ask me.
Well,
Well,
get
but
our
I went in 2013.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Look at our research team on
They-
that. When
they-
did My Chemical Romance break up?
They broke up when I was in like 7th or 8th grade.
It's really funny. I think Alec, my boyfriend, he like has he's like recently discovered My Chemical Romance.
Aww.
His AT turns on Welcome to the
Oh my
Black Parade
God.
and is like, have y'all guys heard
Y'all heard
this?
this shit?
This
He's
is
just getting into them. I'm
bumping.
like, I can suggest some things.
Well, it's super funny because like he also, I don't know why or how he gets like access to like old like teenage girl music, and it just
Yeah.
somehow comes into his life because he's also obsessed with Sweater Weather.
Like the neighbor.
You know what? Happy Pride.
It's cunty summer.
Happy Pride.
And it's like whenever we're playing like Pong, like at like a little like kickback at his apartment, his song to shoot to his Sweater Weather.
His like walk-up song.
His walk-up
That is
song,
so
Sweater
funny.
Weather. And I'm
Happy
just kind of
Pride.
like, where is this even coming from? Like, yes, it's a good song, I
But
guess,
that's
but
How did we get here?
That is so 2013
It's so
Tumblr.
culturally
Yes.
not. Like,
Cotton
I'm-
candy dyed shorts.
I'm scared
He
that,
lives in a
like,
vacuum. Like,
why his music is like 10 years behind. I'm scared he's gonna enter a housey phase next, and I just don't know.
As he should, bro.
Do not let that happen.
Having a housey phase when I was like 15, being on Tumblr and listening to like Badlands, I was like, holy shit, this is literally so good.
He was literally red and I was blue.
Literally Badlands, I do think was a really good album. It was
for a Laura in high school, yes.
It was so good. It was exactly what I needed. I wish I saw her in concert for Badlands.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would have been a really different person at this point if I did.
I never had a housey phase.
You never?
I didn't.
No, after Badlands, like her other music, I was like,
yeah. Whenever she went pop, ugh.
Because I was such a Tumblr girl, and I was up in that shit.
Do you still?
But I was kind of impervious to some things. Like I never really listened to Lana Del Rey. I never listened to Halsey. I just didn't. I was listening to Fall Out Boy and My Chemical Romance, and
I was
listening
to all of them. I was listening to Fall Out Boy next to like Lana Del Rey, and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, I would literally. Like, when I was 15, Honeymoon came out, I didn't have, like, Spotify, like, on my phone at the time or something like that, so I would take my laptop into the bathroom, and I would listen to the Honeymoon album while I would take a bath, and I would have, like, bath salts in it, and they were, like, rose bath salts, and I would, like, put bubble bath in it, and I'd listen to the Honeymoon album, and, like, I just remember, like, listening to, like, Freak go into Art Deco, and I'm being like, oh, yeah, she gets me. Finally. I'm literally like 15, bro. Like, I've never had like any romance or anything. I'm like, oh yes, a freak. Come on. Like,
how do you feel about the video of her singing at the mall then?
Which
Halsey? Iconic.
Well,
we knew someone like that. Did you know anyone like that?
Okay, there's like
who would just do stuff like that?
No. Like just like the people who like would act like that and be like, I'm gonna go sing, you know?
Yeah.
But no, I didn't know anyone who would
just sorry.
I love whenever people like people who are like that in real life.
There's one of them at every high school.
Like, it's awesome.
I don't think I knew
she
the one
caused a lot of trouble for us, actually.
Yeah. There's
a girl at every high school who believes in singing and also believes that like it's like changing the lives around her when she sings.
And also like and then she's like, I'm like, I can sing, but like turn around. Usually, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like at the sleepover they're like, okay guys, I will sing for you guys if like y'all can't look at me.
Like turn around.
Okay, I didn't know this girl in high school.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. They usually became 21 Pilots fans. That's kind of like the base.
Definitely like a pipeline.
There is a pipeline. And I'm not saying all 21 Pilots fans were like that, but I'm saying it's
a large majority.
That's where they lived.
I didn't know that, girl. I knew a guy who would always say that he was really good at singing, but like he just didn't want to do it right now. He's like, I'm a little sick right now.
I don't want to do it right now.
I'm like,
that's so good. Of course.
It's just a good bit.
I know I'm really good at singing, but I don't do it.
I don't want to do it right now. He was really good at rollerblading though. Like that was actually his thing. He was one of those kids who like hung out at the rink and like would like do all these tricks by you, and you'd be like,
yeah, he's like skating really fast, and you're like, please don't skate fast next to me. Like, I'm gonna fall.
Like, I'm good. Also, like, shut up.
Shut up.
And the girl was in choir, and she would kind of do the same thing though, low key, because she was like, well, I'm in choir, so like I can sing. Like I'm not gonna do it right now.
I'm not gonna do it right now, unless like you guys like, but just don't look at me.
Just don't look at me.
I get turn around.
Yeah, no. Well, Laura and I also had this conversation. We fully believe that theater kids take the brunt of like the annoying stereotype, when in fact it is choir kids. Choir kids are fucking divas.
They like hold themselves like at a higher, like they really think that they're like
they think they're the best.
Yeah. Like the drama that would come out of the choir room was insane. Like with band kids, it was just like nerds breaking up with each other, and they had like really intense romances.
Yeah.
Like theater, they were all besties, and there wasn't that much like drama.
It was just like stressful whenever like people had like
because they actually had to do like a lot of like practices.
They really had to work together too.
But choir kids, whenever they didn't get this solo,
proud of y'all. That's all.
Parker,
Thank you.
Bye, Parker. Choir kids the drama of like when someone did not get a solo part,
and the beef that would be had,
and they would like start like attacking teachers.
It wasn't the choir kids that had a lot of drama at my, because like you said, the band kids were like, they had a lot of drama, but it was like chill. I'm like, I don't know, at my school it like wasn't chill. Also like the color guard like stuff that would happen was like, there was a lot of drama.
There was drama in your color
guard
guard was
and
just, like,
band, and like they were just, because color guard was like, we're part of band, and band was like, no, you're not.
Oh, they would beef with each other.
They would beef with each other, but then also like within color guard,
lots of lesbian
so much
breakups.
drama. Yeah,
they were like pure. Oh my gosh.
I think I just don't understand like what the connection is between like being gay and being in color guard.
I don't know how this happens.
Again, it's a pipeline. It's like the 21 Pilots pipeline. Like it's just like.
Yeah.
Like one lesbian joined color guard, and she was like, "This is the place."
And she's like, I gotta get everyone else in on this.
She
This
said,
is for us.
I'm gonna let my flag fly.
It literally, it's
And
about
This is for the
flags.
girls.
It's for the girls.
You know what?
And the
Happy
gays.
Pride.
Happy Pride.
If you're
To all my color guard out there, Happy Pride.
But I mean, I thought everyone in color guard was just like chill as hell.
Yeah,
They were like,
because they were just like,
they
I just gotta
minded-
twirl my thing,
they
like
minded their business and they like flipped that fake wooden gun like
nobody's
like,
business.
No
They did.
other.
Okay, but the thing, yes, going back to
Choir kids.
We can't. So there's a girl named Maggie, right? And she was.
She had a problem with perpetual lying.
She
Oh,
was a
no.
perpetual liar.
She was a perpetual
I feel like
liar.
we've talked about her before. I
Like
really.
convulsive, like not
She was
convulsive,
a
compulsive.
Yeah, she.
Not convulsive.
And she was like convulsing and lying.
And lying at the same time.
Yeah.
No, so
she was a compulsive
She
liar
lied about everything.
for no reason. And
And whenever she
It
said
was
the
a
truth,
huge
I was like,
problem.
I really didn't believe her because
Yeah.
I was so used to her
She's the
lying.
girl who cried wolf. Like, why were you
Yeah.
gonna believe her?
It so there was this one time. Well, there was this one time she played a sport with one of us. I'm not gonna say because people will know who we're talking about.
Yeah, but she played a sport.
She played a sport with one of us, and she like during practice she'd just be like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of like dehydrated because I'm sleep. My parents make me sleep in the garage now."
Oh yeah.
And we were like,
I forgot about that
No.
story.
"No, they don't. They don't make you sleep in the garage." She's like, "It's just really hot in there." And we're like, "Yeah, I'm sorry they
Sorry about that,
sorry they
Maggie."
do that." This is not a person who was abused and cried for help. This is a person who just came to school with new lies
That's
every
like
day.
the thing about compulsive liars, because I knew some too, like the guy who would say he could sing and like he wasn't
But
going
it was
to.
really
He was a
wrong.
compulsive liar too. He would just make shit up all the time, and it's always like they're making up stuff where it's like, why are you lying about that? Like I didn't even ask.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess they're just people who need attention and they're not getting it for some reason. So it's a
Yeah.
little sad, but it's also
It is.
just like, it is funny that you knew someone who was excellent at rollerblading, said they could sing but just couldn't do it right now.
She's not
and was
right now.
also a compulsive liar. Like, that's an icon.
There's a lot going on with
That's
that
a
guy.
character.
That's a character, that's a king, that's an icon.
But
Yeah, no, Maggie
But Maggie-
also was an icon.
she was an icon, but she was in choir, right? That was her thing. She did choir, she sang.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I remember that she was always like,
She performed
She
a
was-
song in one of my history classes one time.
no, I just remember she's like, I have perfect pitch. I have perfect pitch.
Stay away from bitches that say they have
Yeah.
perfect pitch.
That's so annoying.
Because the thing is,
Including Charlie Puth. If you're watching this, we don't want to ever see your ass.
I don't want to hear about it.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't
you
care.
can hear, but she couldn't hit the notes because usually whenever you have perfect pitch, you can't hit the notes, but you can hear what note it is or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a difference between good singing and perfect pitch.
Yeah, perfect pitch is like you hear the note and you're like, that's an A flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
Oh no.
so like, no, she would just always bring that up. I remember we were in the same math class, like I think junior year, and she'd be like, "No, I have like perfect pitch," and I was like, "Okay, like, damn, bitch." And so she was in choir, and this other girl in our math class, junior year, was also in choir,
Okay.
and they were trying out for.
Magic
The choir does this thing during like Christmas time called Magical, where like it's like
Renaissance themed Christmas show.
yeah. And so
I'm like trying to remember if we actually did that at my school. We
It's
probably
a
did, but I
common
never
thing.
went. to
Yeah.
it.
But I'm not sure.
I would be surprised if y'all did.
Okay.
So like the choir kids, they have to like try out for Magical, right? And
It's kind of like it is like a real hierarchy thing.
dude, yeah,
because
there's quite literally kings and there's a king and a queen.
yeah,
And
and
then, like,
then
a
there's a
court.
court, and they wear these big, beautiful custom dresses.
Mhm.
But then the rest of the choir is dressed as serfs.
Oh.
And those are the waiters.
And wenches, and they serve food.
They're
and
giving you
sing.
food.
Oh my god.
For this magical dinner they do. So, like, you audition to be one of the beautiful people, one of the lords or ladies of the land, or otherwise you'll be serving food and singing carols around, like, parents.
Yeah.
God,
Dressed as a wench or a serf.
And so...
I guess you can't be embarrassed about anything after that, though. Like.
No. And so, like, the juniors and the seniors would always, like... I think you had to...
Audition?
No. I think, like if you weren't a junior or senior, like, you had to be, like, a serf. Like, I think, right?
Yeah, I think only juniors and seniors could be
on, like,
lords
the
or
court.
ladies or the
Okay.
court. Yeah.
So there was an audition for the queen.
The queen.
It's, like, not a huge singing role, but it's, like, the queen, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
And so people auditioned for the role.
Oh god.
So this girl, Olivia, got,
Who's Olivia? Oh, sorry.
this girl, Olivia, got the queen role. And Olivia was in my math class, along with Maggie. And Maggie had tried out for the queen role.
Of course.
Did not get it. And I don't remember if she got a lower, like a lady part, or if she was like
a serf.
a serf.
Or a wench.
I think she was gonna be a lady.
I don't know, man. I just, speculating in the mind of Maggie here. I think she may have, like, villainized
I'm sure she did.
this person.
But
I'll
she
say it.
took that away from her, that opportunity away from her.
I'll say it. In a math class, the
tension's
day
working.
after, like, the cast list came out, tension was palpable. The teacher felt it. We all felt it. And they sat right next to each other.
Oh no.
They sat right next to each other. And so you were just like, ooh, the girls are fighting. The girls are fighting.
The glares.
Mm-hmm. And so towards, I don't know, okay, now I don't know what.
It gets fuzzy. I don't
It
quite.
gets a little fuzzy.
Because rumors were flying.
Oh god.
Because
And
the
so
thing
was
is,
Maggie.
Maggie was starting to get really mad about this decision to cast, not her.
She was taking it personally.
Yes.
And so she started getting really mad at the choir teacher, who was a really nice teacher. He was super sweet,
Well
very
known.
talented.
He passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's sad.
But it's sad.
But he was great. He was a great teacher. Everyone loved him.
Great teacher.
And Maggie really just started, like, nagging on him, being really rude and disrespectful. And so whenever the teacher...
Didn't she write a letter?
she did!
She wrote a letter.
She
close to manifesto.
She like, emailed him or wrote a letter that was like, I don't remember what it said.
It was threatening.
It was a somewhat threatening letter. I don't remember if she signed it or not, but like she wrote a letter, allegedly. I'm gonna say this is all allegedly, but this is what I remember. And so she wrote a letter, and like he had it, and like he knew it was her, and he called like the like security,
like the campus security,
to like come get her
to go get
because
Maggie.
she was like increasingly in class being like more disrespectful and like out like bold and stuff, and the security came to come and get her, and she ran. She ran from the school cops.
It wasn't that deep. It was
And the thing is, she was not a fast runner.
Oh no.
That's even worse.
She had like
because she had a broken foot that never healed right. Because she would always walk on it.
I don't remember. She did have a broken foot, or like not a broken foot.
How do you know that
sprained.
wasn't just like?
And that's the thing. She always wore a splint, but I didn't know if it was actually because her foot was hurt or she was lying.
But she would run on the boot because she like believed in the sport that she was in with one of us. She believed in like hustle, and she like just because I'm injured doesn't mean that I'm not part of the team. So she would like take off running during practice,
and we'd be like, stop.
The coach would be like, stop participating. You're literally wearing a boot.
You're never gonna heal.
Are you actually hurt? Stop.
And it was a whole mess. She ran away from the school cops.
So they come to collect her, and she just takes off, and she gets outside the building and is running on the outside of the building.
And everyone's like, Maggie? And the thing is, like, in class, Maggie was like a pretty quiet, like, unassuming character. Like, she was just kind of like chilling, like, whatever. She'd lie, but like she was like kind of chilling.
She was chilling, but she'd lie.
She'd lie, but like,
and so everyone was like, did you see Maggie run from the cops? Like, what was she doing?
You guys see that? Like the slowest chase ever.
Yeah, it's like, you don't need to do all that.
She's not like an actual threat, but it's like, That's what we're saying. Choir kids
are so dramatic.
So dramatic.
For no good reason, and more dramatic than the actual drama kids.
They take themselves very seriously.
They do.
I knew a girl, and it wasn't, like, it was a lot earlier than this age. It was in, like, elementary school, but she would also just, like, make stuff up, and she, like, fully tried to convince us all that she was a werewolf one time.
Yes.
Like, she would, like,
yes.
ow! Like, she would howl and shit on the playground, and we were like, we know, okay, that you are not a werewolf.
So
it's so cool that you like werewolves and want to pretend, like, cool.
Pretend is cool.
But stop trying to, like, do you think I'm dumb? Like, you cannot convince me that you're a werewolf.
This is insulting to my intelligence.
Yeah, for
Stop
real.
it.
That's the same girl, actually, same little girl who thought I was black.
What?
Funny story.
Wow.
You've heard that story.
Yeah.
I did not.
Alright, so picture this. It's 3rd grade. It's Black History Month. Okay? My teacher reads us a picture book that's like, it's about this little girl who wants to be Peter Pan in her school play, but she's black and a girl, so all the kids are like, for all these reasons, you can't be Peter Pan.
Hi, Parker.
Hi, Parker.
So, cool, at the end of the book, she gets to be Peter Pan. Awesome.
That book is now banned in Florida.
Probably.
Are you joking?
No, it definitely is, but like, I don't know.
It definitely
Probably
is, bro.
just
It definitely is cool.
So, like, bro, I'm just joking, bro.
We go back, we sit at our seats, and this little girl, bless her heart, she goes, Emma, even though you're black, you're still my friend.
What?
So it was her, and I like didn't even, I don't remember how I responded. I remember just being like confused, and then being like, cool, I'm not black. And she was like, oh, cool. Like, but it was like the way that she worded that.
Yeah.
Even though you're still, like, it was
That's
just like,
that's weird. That's weird.
And that goes to show you how many, how diverse, like, Helotes, Texas is.
Yeah.
It's like, it's Hispanic kids and white kids.
And you.
And me.
Who's not.
Possibly black.
Who's not Hispanic. Who's not Hispanic either.
Not Hispanic. I'm
definitely not black.
That's tricky. It's, you know, because I've had people argue with me about my own ethnicity before, and I'm like, I'm a white girly. Like, I know I look like maybe something else, but like,
yeah. I remember in track in high school, everyone lined up and took turns trying to guess.
Ew.
Well, it was like, I didn't mind. I thought it was
okay,
funny.
I was like,
I
whoa.
took it more as like a comedy hour, and I was like, ah.
Tell me.
I mean, like, people either, and this is like, obviously, like, people either think I'm Jewish or they think I'm Hispanic, and like, because I'm from San Antonio, so it's like a lot of people are Hispanic there. I get it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Checks out.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, race in elementary school is tricky.
Yeah.
Because, okay, also, where we're from, though, I didn't know was rare, because I just always was around it, was, like, one of the most diverse areas in the country. There was, like, 83 languages spoken in my elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, kids were, like, they don't know what's polite or anything, but we'd always just kind of, like, ask each other, like, hey, what are you eating? It smells really strong. and then it'd be like, oh, it's this. Yeah, you want to try it? And then you would try it. And then that would be, like, the end of it. I found out that people were, like, tortured in elementary school because of their, like, ethnic lunches, like, growing up. Yeah. I didn't know that because everyone was, like, they'd ask... That's our recycling.
Kyle has crashed.
Everyone would, like... I mean, everyone had a weird, not American lunch. And so, like, I did sometimes. Or, like, it's just, like...
If you grew up around it, it's not weird.
Well, everyone asked, like, a rude, like, question once that made, like, a kid feel different. And then they would learn their lesson, and then everyone would get along. Whereas I didn't know everyone, like, around the country, like, that's not how it works.
It's crazy to, like, think of, like, people growing up in a place where, like, it wasn't super diverse. Because that's, like, all we've known.
And I'm sure lots of kids were still, like, kind of, like, bullied for being different. But also, like, the groups that were kind of bullies were very diverse in themselves.
Yeah.
Like, there would be this, like, really mean, like, nerd group that was, like, they're really smart, but then they would all be, like, super racist to each other, but they're, like, cool with it, but then they'd be, like, mean to other people, and it's just, like...
Well, the nerd groups are always, like, low-key, like, really, like...
Racist?
Like,
so
racist or, like,
sexist.
just... stuff like that. And, like, the nerd group that I can remember from, like, my middle school and high school.
Hi, Diego.
I don't think they were, like, diverse, per se, because I remember it being a bunch of white boys, but, like, they were very alt-right at some point, too. And it was just, like, like, I remember senior year, we're having, like...
That's okay.
Senior year when we had like we're marching to our little town hall to protest gun violence, like we're gonna do a walkout of school, and like I win, like because the town hall in Helotes is like literally down the street from O'Connor.
So it's just friends that were like counter protesting. It was bullshit.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about those people. They were literally counter protesting us, and like it was cringe. It was embarrassing for them.
All of our
I don't know.
They were cringe for
all
that.
the nerds at our school were only fiscally conservative.
Yeah,
they were about making big money, but they were socially. They're just like, I don't care.
It was a dude. We ever had, so you were saying that like that girl had like a whatever her manifesto or whatever, like not an actual manifesto but a thing, but
a thread.
Allegedly-ish, because I don't really remember.
My senior year, we had a couple of occurrences that were just like not chill. Like so, there's this one guy who like a hit list of his was found. Like he had like a list of I guess people he had grudges against, and the list was found. He got like suspended.
That's
like
super scary.
It was a thing. I kind of don't think he was ever gonna do anything actually, but he had like a shit list, and people were on it. The other thing that happened, and this guy really like too got punished, and I feel bad for this, even though it's like whatever. Okay, let me tell you. So I know this. I didn't really I wasn't friends with him, but I knew him because we went to elementary school together, and in like middle school and high school, and I understood that his and his friends like sense of humor was like edgy. They would make like Holocaust jokes to each other and stuff like that, and it was kind of like as long as they weren't bothering other people with that and just like keeping it to themselves, I was kind of like whatever. This kid accidentally emailed to the entire senior class a school shooter like manifesto. It was like an already existing one. It was like one from an existing school shooting. And he was only trying to send it to his friends as a joke. But he sent it to the entire senior class, and people started losing their shit and thinking that someone was really gonna come. And like me and my friends, immediately we were like, oh, it's that guy. That was totally a joke. Like because I know that guy and I know his sense of humor, like that wasn't real at all. Like no one should act like that there's any weight to that, because this guy is just like an idiot, like making a joke to his friends, but he accidentally made it to the whole class.
That's quite possibly the worst mistake you could do.
Pretty bad reply all moment.
Yeah, like that's probably accidentally.
He got suspended. He didn't get to walk the stage for graduation. Okay, we can move on from that. All of that is to say that was like a really unfortunate thing that like just happened my senior year of high school.
Yeah, I mean, guys say it all the time. They're like, if the group chat, like the guy friend group chat got leaked, they'd all go to jail.
Yeah.
Guys are just like that. I believe it.
Yeah.
Guys are just like
that. I know
that.
Diego has some cancelable offenses in his deleted tweets and stuff. Yeah.
Here's the bus, Diego. But
let's talk SuperWhoLock again.
You want to go there? Because you were on Tumblr. I was not on Tumblr, but I was influenced heavily.
I was half, because I only watched Supernatural and Sherlock. I didn't watch Doctor Who.
Doctor Who sucks. I tried to watch an episode. It was awful.
To the listeners and viewers out there, if you like Doctor Who, shoot us a DM and explain like why.
And I don't want like I liked it. No, I need a thesis statement, and I need like 3 different sources to back it up. That's not your own empirical evidence, and I need footnotes. Chicago, MIA.
I want a full defense.
MLA, and I want 20 pages minimum.
I kind of just like never. I was like, where am I supposed to start watching the show? Like, when does it actually get good? Because I was watching like very early seasons and was like, this is kind of ugly. Like, I don't really like it.
It's like not even like camp ugly. It's just ugly.
It's
I'm
just
like, this
bad.
is so uninspired. This looks like Teletubbies. Like, this is.
I say earlier. I mean, I'm saying earlier as in like earlier 21st century, because I'm not talking about like
the
60s
ancient,
or whatever.
Yeah.
The ancient.
I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about like the newer generation of it when it started.
It's like
I didn't fuck with it though.
It's like British people tried to do Star Trek and they were never cool about it.
No,
British people aren't cool. That's
They
problem
just
number
aren't cool.
one. Problem number one.
Doctor Who is just like, it's just cornball. It is so corny, and it's like there's nothing that's even like attached to any actual like scientific theory. It's not sci-fi. I don't know what it is.
it's fantasy.
It's goofy.
Yeah.
And I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And I don't think and girls would just be falling over themselves for the different like hot doctors.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing. If I would,
Pack it up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Pack it up and
I
go
love
home.
David Tennant. I think he's a really good actor. Is
Yeah.
he hot?
No.
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 But like,
No.
okay, I think just a little bit, but also in the same way that Adam Scott is hot in like that little like elfish way.
He has
you know
like
what I
a
mean?
quality.
Yeah.
Like a charisma.
Like,
Yeah, like if I was friends with him, I could understand maybe like a friends to lover situation.
yes, Adam Scott.
It's not just I'm not gonna look at this guy and be like, ooh, mom.
I don't know. And the
No,
one guy
no.
who I was like, he was the only one who I could like kind of see why they thought he was hot. That guy isn't my type. You know which one I'm talking about? The younger one?
No.
Matt something.
Is he in Game of Thrones now? Or not Game of Thrones? House of the
Yes.
Dragon? No,
No.
he's scary looking.
Dude.
I don't think
No.
he's attractive, but he was the one that I was kind of like, I can only
No.
understand this just because he's younger than the other people, but he's not that's what I'm saying, is like, he's not my type. I do not find him
Bro,
attractive.
he scares
He
me.
got Game of Thrones face.
He does.
In Game of Thrones, I'm like, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. If anything, I think he's hotter in Game of Thrones, but just because he's like kind of like an evil.
Because he's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Because he's like kind of like an evil character.
Yeah,
and
he
I'm
does
like,
have
okay.
historical fantasy face. Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
he does have historical, and that's not a compliment.
yeah, not
It's kinda like
necessarily.
whenever Ed Sheeran was in that episode of Game of Thrones, it's like, all right, you actually kind of fit.
No,
in.
like,
And
you
it's
fit
like,
right
you're
in, though.
supposed to be there. Sorry.
You're built for this. You look good.
In
You look good.
You look good here.
This makes sense. Woof.
Yeah, no. Doctor Who, we can all agree. Not for
Bad,
us.
mid.
Not my
late.
thing.
Don't understand.
Sherlock was never in it.
I loved Sherlock. I was really into it.
My mom loved Sherlock. I didn't watch it. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
I was really into it. It got like kind of to a point where it like just didn't even make any sense anymore.
ridiculous.
Like that happened, but the first like 2 seasons or so where they only had like 3 really long episodes or whatever, those were good. If there's any of that's worth watching, it's like those.
No, there's a really famous meme from Sherlock where it's like someone's drunk and he puts it together that this guy's an alcoholic because like his headphone jack or something has like lots
Scratches.
of marks and scratches
'Cause he
around it
doesn't ever get it
he
in.
keeps it missing it. And everyone's like, every time I can't plug in my goddamn phone, I think about how I'm this fucking alcoholic.
That's funny.
I'm like, because in Hot Fuzz, isn't there a thing where like, no, you know what? It's not Hot Fuzz. It's actually the like Guy Ritchie Sherlock movies. They have like, where like there's scratches, like the guy
Yes.
never gets the
The
key
key
into
to
the
the
thing,
door.
like same thing. Dude, the Guy Ritchie Sherlock movies,
So good!
So good!
Come on now.
So
He put
good.
his whole pussy in that. Come on. That.
like
Oh,
we
shut
have
up.
Jude Law, we have Robert Downey Jr.,
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams.
I mean,
Hans Zimmer?
Hans
The music is so
Discombobulate.
good.
Discombobulate. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
It's so good. It's so good.
So good.
I
Literally.
tried making my dad watch those.
And he didn't like
He
them.
didn't like them. He's got nightmares. He actually told me, he's like, I got nightmares. Because he read Sherlock and he's like, this isn't like the quiet mystery and realism that I'm used to. This is some sort of
It's flashy.
it's fantasy, it's flashy, it's fake, it's too fantastic.
There's a little magical stuff going on too. Oh my god,
I love
me,
that.
my mom, my sister, like I remember we went and saw the first one in the theater and we were all just like,
Holy
This is
shit.
cinema.
it was so
This is
good.
cinema.
This is sex.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
good.
everything.
Dude, and I am like one of those people who's like going back to the television show. Benedict Cumberbatch, I don't know.
You think he's handsome
You
in the
could
show?
convince me. You could convince me.
No.
He's got that little brown curl.
Yeah,
No.
it's the hair really helps him in that show.
Yeah.
He
Major assist from the hair.
I don't know how to like nicely say that he's just like kind of funny looking, but like I like it. Like I like it. I'm into it. It's my
He's
vibe.
very distinct looking.
There's like
You know?
Literally, like
He
in
is very
in
distinct looking.
1917, whenever they had like all these like really like basic looking actors and like smaller
Everyone is just,
named
like,
actors,
Joe Schmo British man.
and so you're just like, wow, I'm in it. And then fucking Benedict Cumberbatch
he
comes
turns out at
in,
the very end. I'm like,
and it's
oh
like
shit.
I'm in a movie. I'm watching a movie. That's Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think I didn't mind that as much just because he only made a cameo, so it was like he wasn't distracting me the whole movie. He was just there and then he left.
It
and, like,
ruined it for me.
1917.
It truly ruined it for me.
They did all this effort to make 1917 like one shot. I'm in the trenches with these boys,
Uh-huh.
and then
Let's get our boys home, okay? And then there's
Benedict
Benedict
Cumberbatch turns
Cumberbatch.
around. I'm like, oh fuck! I'm actually watching a movie in this modern era. I'm not
Yeah,
actually
like,
in the trenches.
It was the worst decision they could have made, for real.
Horrible casting. No, we're talking about teen shows. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
let's.
Supernatural.
What do we have left? We have Supernatural left. Personally, I had a great time as a Supernatural fan.
Big Supernatural.
I tried rewatching it. I had no interest in watching it again.
It's, you
It
know,
made me-
that
it made me
time is
sad.
over. That time has come and gone.
It's
It was a time
over.
and a place. We were there.
We were there.
Yes!
We got to live it. We got to live a dream.
They should have finished it at 5 seasons. They should have finished it at 5 seasons.
I didn't finish the whole show.
I didn't finish the
I
whole
did not
show.
make it.
I tried to, and it was the worst. It was like the first 5 seasons were beautiful, and then it was like okay, and then it was like, oh, this is kind of bad, and then it was like, guys, let's just wrap it
I
up.
probably stopped watching around season 5. Like, I can't actually remember. I know I watched several seasons, but I know I didn't make it to the end. I made it to where, like, the evil British demon guy was, like, there
Crowley?
fucking shit up. Yeah, but where was he?
We did that like every season.
He was just kind of like,
Was he there from the beginning?
I don't know. I think he was in 1 through 5,
Okay.
but not primary. I think
Because, like, I know Castiel wasn't there the whole time.
No, he started in season 4, I think.
Okay, so it's like, I know I made
Yeah.
it to where he was.
Mhm.
He was in the show. But
I think I made-
had a big, actually, I still have it. I have a big Castiel pin from
Big
Hot
Misha-
Topic.
Misha
Hot Topic.
Collins.
Yup. He was so, I just loved him. Like,
Misha
I
was,
loved
like,
him.
cool.
He was really handsome.
He was.
Misha said gay
But he's,
rights
like-
before it was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
And
Uh,
that made what's his face
Jensen Ackles.
Jensen and Jared a little uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I think I watched the season
Jensen got over
15,
it
like season
eventually.
14 or 15.
What?
What?
You made it that far?
Yeah.
Well, there's only 15 seasons.
there's 16, I think.
Oh.
God. They did not need to do that.
No, they didn't, and they ended it stupidly. Like nothing made sense. It got worse and worse as like we went on.
We have talked about Supernatural on
We
this
have.
podcast before. But anyways, I mean,
It was.
I like
definitely
Misha
a show.
Collins because he's like attractive and like a normal person, like you would actually meet him kind of way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could meet him at a gas station, and I'd
like,
be
yeah,
like,
if I'd
wow.
see him at like HEB, I'd be like, aw,
He looks good.
Yeah,
He's like-
I'd see that guy out in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's real. If I saw Jensen out in the wild, I'd be like,
Panties dropped.
whoa! I did not say
I mean-
panties dropped.
Yeah, well,
My bad, Freudian
so
slip.
between like Dean and Sam,
Yeah, were you a
Okay.
Sam? Were you Sam
Yeah.
girl or
Yes.
Dean
Okay.
girl?
Let's all do it. Let's all do it.
absolutely Dean, like absolutely.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
I started as a Sam girly, and then as we went on, I was like, no ma'am, and then I turned into a Dean girly.
I had a similar journey. I was primarily a Sam girly, and then I realized that maybe Sam was a little one note,
Yeah.
and also
He was a bad. All his fight scenes, he would hit the wall and,
and
then
then
be like,
be knocked
"Ooh."
out, and then like Dean would have to take care of him, and I was just like, all right, he's just
Yeah.
like an overgrown baby.
Yeah.
Dean's like carrying.
I think like I'm gonna liken it to when I was a directioner being like a Liam girl. It's like that's like being a Sam girl to me. Like
You were
you know,
a
it's like
Liam girl?
you really liked them then, and then you like look back and you're like, he was kind of a bitch, wasn't he? Like, you know? I was a Liam girl, and it's really embarrassing to admit now, but I own it. I'm not gonna lie and say I wasn't a Liam girl. I was.
It was not like it was not unheard of to be a Liam girl. Like
It
that was
wasn't.
like a normal choice.
I thought he was cute. He did a lot of the singing,
Yeah.
so I was like,
Mm.
he's carrying.
I found it weird whenever people were Nile girls.
There is something like you're not like. Are you looking at him? Or are you hearing him sing?
I think he just looks like
He's just a little guy.
he
just
looks
a
just
little
like a
guy.
little guy. He's
I was
not-
a hairy girl.
yeah, like
Through and through.
I'm not a
I
hairy
respect
girl
that.
anymore. I don't really like his
Oh.
music anymore.
I like his
But-
solo career a lot actually, but his last album was like starting to lose me. If he doesn't bring it back from that, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, and then his acting career.
Wait, I haven't,
haven't
seen
seen
Don't
My
Worry,
Policeman.
Darling, so
You
like don't
haven't
say
seen it?
anything. Yeah.
It-
I want to see it.
Stay worried, darling. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I want to see it just so I can like have my own opinion on it, but I know it's not going to be like good.
They were just trying to do a lot of things in that movie, and
Except
aesthetically,
right.
I was like, I get why aesthetically this is a vibe, but also like this has been done before and it's just been done better.
It was student film script with like
Yeah.
a beautifully big PD budget,
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
and Harry can't act. I'm
Harry
sorry.
cannot act.
Even
just can't.
whenever he was in
Dunkirk.
he
I
wasn't
mean, that
good
was
in
like a
Dunkirk.
non-speaking part.
And he was still
And
bad.
he still stunk. He stunk up the sleeve.
Oh,
I haven't
Harry.
seen My Policeman, so I don't know how that went.
I've only seen like the arguing like high like climax points
Yeah.
of, and it's bad.
That's not good.
He like
He's not a good actor.
like usually people like whenever they do like an argument or like they really bring the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Usually if you're screaming or something, you can like pull off like I'm a good actor. Mm-mm.
Because when he doesn't scream, he just gets a little louder.
It's unfortunate.
But it's like there's no emotion in it. He's just like being a little louder.
I mean, while he was on like the press circuit for Don't Worry Darling, I remember like hearing an interview where he was talking about how he like kind of what he liked about doing the movie was that it's not his area of expertise and he doesn't know what he's doing or whatever in it. And I was just kind of like, that is not boding like well for your like performance, saying that you like didn't know what was going on or what you were doing.
You know what, like. Everyone was like trying to get Harry to be Prince Eric for the new Little Mermaid, and the thing that came out was like, oh, like Harry just like didn't really want to do it. He was like busy with something else.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone at Disney was like, he's a shit actor. We're gonna get someone else.
Yeah,
I think
he would have aesthetically he would have fit, but it just wouldn't make sense every other way.
Like, not that Disney even goes for, like, the highest grade of acting all the time, but, like,
I think someone picked up, they're like...
But, like, they know, what's going to do well and what's not, and, like, him being in the movie would have been bad for everybody. Him and, like, the movie.
Yeah. That would have been Oof.
What other teen shows? I think
I watched Teen Wolf.
Yeah, I was a big Teen Wolf girly.
I did not watch any vampire shows.
Yes, we were Vampire Diaries.
I wouldn't say girl. I wouldn't say I'm a girly of it. I watched it. It took me...
You watched the originals.
I watched the whole Vampire Diaries. It took me... I did take like a 6-month break because I hated the show. I hated Elena.
Got bad.
I hated
Elena.
Was
stupid.
She was the worst character I've ever seen in my entire life.
I just don't like when the main character sucks. I can't watch
Divergent.
the show. Divergent? What do you mean? She's based. She's different.
I'm not even talking about the movies either. I remember reading the books and being like, God, she sucks. She
sucks.
Yeah.
The floor is so hot.
The floor is hot.
Oh yeah, no.
I wasn't seeing. It's like I didn't watch the entirety of the Vampire Diaries, and I also hated Elena, the main character. She just isn't. Dude, Nina Dobrev is with Shaun White now. Isn't that like just crazy little moment? They're like together. Yeah.
They're boyfriends and girlfriends?
They're boyfriends and girlfriends. They might even be married. I'm not sure.
That's actually kind of epic.
They're like in a long-term relationship, though.
Good for them.
I love.
I have nothing against the actress.
No, she's fine.
No,
Whatever.
she's fine.
I just like one of the worst characters.
She's just a dumb bitch. Yeah.
The fashion of it all.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Every outfit they put her in was just torture.
And then the way that she was acting, she was always like, stop. Like, and the thing is, I didn't get why everyone was just kissing her ass. Whatever happened, like anything that bad happened, they were like, we have to protect Elena.
She ain't that special.
She's just a girl.
She seems like she's causing a lot of problems.
I didn't get it. I didn't get it. And then whenever Matt Donovan became like a cop, I hated that.
I don't remember that.
He became a cop at the end and was super back the blue, and it was annoying.
I hate when my teen show starts backing the blue.
Stop. It was just annoying. It was just and I didn't like Stefan either. He was annoying.
Okay, I was gonna say Stefan or Damon.
Damon,
obviously Damon. It's obviously Damon.
Obviously whoever's I like Stefan more. Literally
you're wrong.
Are you okay?
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Do you have eyes
and ears and a thinking brain? Because something's not working.
I get that he was sweeter or whatever, but
he wasn't.
He was annoying.
He was a little bitch.
Question: Is Damon the one with the dark hair and black?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. He's beautiful.
He's beautiful.
Did y'all know he got plastic surgery to pin his ears back?
No.
Wait, when?
He looked so cute with he had ears that poked out, but he got them to
when?
Before at the very beginning of his acting career.
Wow.
That's so funny. He was on Lost too.
He
That's
was?
where I knew him from, yeah.
I wanted to watch Lost and then I never did, so don't spoil it.
Dude, Lost is fun, honestly, just for the first couple of seasons.
There was a writer's strike in the middle of Lost.
In the middle of it, and that is why it
that's so sad.
It is it takes such a left turn at some point, and you're like, I don't know how we got here. I don't know where we're going. Yeah. I'm confused.
I still want to watch it.
But seriously, the first 2 or so seasons, really fun.
Really good.
Really good. Yeah.
I want to watch it.
I've been hearing lately, actually, there's been articles getting released about how it was actually really toxic and bad on the set of Lost. Though.
Oh, really?
And one of the people who was, I don't know if he was a writer or a showrunner or somebody, he's talked about having regrets about how it was run and stuff, and because there were there's I know there's a black guy and his son that was on the plane too, and then there's a Korean couple and stuff, and I've heard that there was some racist stuff that went down on set and stuff like that. Also just the culture that they had on the set was really toxic and negative apparently. unfortunate because it was a good show.
What's so weird is like Lost has stayed in like current culture for so long.
I don't know how.
People just don't stop talking about Lost. It's so weird. Like it's strange, and it's not like it like went away and then it's like how to research it. Like girls went away. And then Girls is back.
It fully came. She's back.
It's back.
She's back. Yeah.
You gotta watch Girls.
You should watch Girls.
It's super annoying, but it's good.
But no, because I remember when I was like 5. I remember I was 5 years old. I still lived in my Houston house before I moved to Austin. I was 5, and like a Lost commercial came on, or like the show came on. I don't remember. But I told my sister, I was like, I want to watch this show, and Emily was like, "That's bad. It's an evil show. You shouldn't watch it," or something like that. I was like, damn, bitch. Or she was like, you really want that to happen to people? And I was like, whoa. Like, she made it like such like a
psychological terror.
Yeah, she made it like a really like worse thing.
Do you want people to get stranded on an island?
I was like, dude,
you're sick.
I'm 5 and I want to watch a TV show. What the heck?
What was fun about that show was that the island itself was like a character in the show. It had a personality.
It's very like New York City-esque. Like,
yeah.
New York is one of the characters.
The island is a character.
Wait, have you been watching Sex and the City?
I watched a couple of episodes.
Are you with
like,
Samantha?
No.
I don't know any of the
I don't think
characters.
any of us are with Samantha.
I've never seen Sex and the City.
I don't want to meet a Samantha.
Wait,
Listen,
who's
like
Samantha?
Samantha's the sex
she's
one.
sex pot, like
The one where it's like
Kim Cattrall.
Is she the blonde one?
Tall blonde, yeah.
Oh, you see a blonde one. I'm like,
I feel like I'm a Samantha.
You're not a Samantha.
I'm a Samantha. I'm just gonna keep saying that.
She's the one where the guy like
She's
calls.
crass. Like,
She's
to be
pretty
honest.
crass. Whatever like the guy calls is like, I did it. I left my wife, and she's like, who is this?
Oh, that's so slay.
Samantha's really the Mae West of Sex and the City.
You're probably more of a Carrie, I guess.
I'm a Carrie.
Except Carrie's a little annoying.
I have things to say about Sex and the City because I don't think I ever actually watched like the whole show, but I've seen like a good amount of it, and my sister has watched all of it plus the movies. So I like, and she's also watching the new show. So like, I hear about what's going on it.
Yeah.
I just don't like Sarah Jessica Parker too much. She's not a good actress.
She gives
for
like
one thing.
Julia Roberts vibes.
She's also just annoying. Yes. I agree with that actually.
What are your thoughts on Julia Roberts?
I like Julia Roberts okay, but I've always low-key been a hater of hers just because I think she's a little overhyped. I don't think she's as good of an actress as everyone acts like she is.
Except in Erin Brockovich.
Do I think she's beautiful though? Like, and yes, yeah.
In
I'm
Erin
not saying that she
Brockovich?
doesn't have her moments. Steel Magnolias.
Oh yes,
I've never seen this.
Yes.
I need to see Erin
Good
Brockovich.
movie, good performance on her part. Erin Brockovich is good too.
Erin Brockovich, I think, is like one of my new favorite movies. It's just so well done and so like perfectly stated. It's not like
people don't talk about that one a lot.
no one talks about it, but the costuming's great. I think it's just like so perfectly done. And it knows what it is, and it doesn't like force itself on you. It's just like this is happening, and her performance in it is really good.
Yeah,
it's really good. But other than that, I'm like, I don't like Julia Roberts.
I don't love her. That's interesting because you never meet people who also don't like Julia Roberts. It's like I say that and everyone in the room gets offended, and I'm just like, sorry.
I'm like, I get it. She's America's sweetheart. I don't care.
I get it. But like,
I don't care.
Whatever. What the fuck was I even gonna say? Like, I don't know.
Sex and the City.
Oh, Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Carrie is like the main character of the show, and she narrates and stuff because it's like, you know, the whole thing is that she writes a column for the magazine that's like Sex and the City is whatever. So like she'll be like narrating stuff, and like it'll kind of cap off the episode with a like, and this is whatever, and I started to think like or whatever, you know. And I think it's, and here's the thing, actually, I was kind of dunking on Sarah Jessica Parker, but it's not just her. It's like they wrote Carrie and directed her to be very like annoying and just like not. You don't want to be her friend. Also, like she's supposed to be like the fashionista of the group, and you're just like not vibing with what she's wearing.
She's
like
always
most of
wearing
the
something
time.
a little crazy.
She wears weird stuff. Charlotte is cute. She's really like trad wife pilled though.
Yeah.
She's very much like a little traditionalist. So that's kind of what I don't like about her. My favorite is Miranda. Miranda is the like girl boss businesswoman. Like I think she's a lawyer actually, but like she's a girl boss in her like pinstripe suits, and she's just like slaying. Like I love Miranda.
Can I say, they have the cuntiest ass theme song.
They do.
I don't know the sex.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun, dun, dun,
dude,
dun,
you put that
dun.
shit on one of my playlists.
On one of my playlists.
Oh, I think it was a joint one. Oh no, it's whenever we did like a Spotify
like a blended?
merger, a blend.
Yeah, because it was on
And I
a
was
lot
like,
of my playlists, and I was like,
why is Sex and the City's theme song playing?
it's a cunty ass theme song. It's like I'm about to add it to my new playlist right now. It's a good ass theme song.
I'm like driving to HEB and it's a Sex and the City playlist. And I'm like, oh
it's
my
such
god.
a good theme song. They really popped off with that. It makes me want to have like a little martini. I don't like martinis. I've never had one, but I want to have a martini to this.
Their show on there. I mean, their show. The signature drink is a Cosmo on that show.
Yes, a cosmopolitan.
I've never had a Cosmopolitan.
So like in middle school and high school, like what got me into watching teen shows was like very specifically like when I got an iPad in middle school and I downloaded the Netflix app, and then I was like, I can watch so much stuff on here, and that's when I started watching Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that because we did not watch. Did you watch?
I watched like an episode or two, but I was never like, and I just thought it was stupid. I was like, girl,
It was always
figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
It was always
Figure this shit out off screen. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, tell me how it ends up.
I don't care. I don't care.
I read some of the books, and then I also like watched a
Like,
good amount of
burger.
the show. I watched a good amount of the show. I don't know why I watched as much as I did, because it just like at a certain point, which is like already in the first season, just the same thing is happening like over and over again. I remember also
You can
having
say the
like
same about Succession.
yeah,
Just
well,
kidding.
dude, for real though, like the last season of Succession was so good.
It was so good.
My
It was so
favorite
good.
season.
It was so beautifully done. It was so beautifully done.
Yeah.
Just having like the days passing since.
I will say, someone argued, they were like, I don't like that it's each episode is just like one day and it's going day by day because they're released by week. So for us, a lot of time has passed, but for them, only a week's gone by, and that was confusing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It felt weird.
I agree.
And I was wondering why I was sort of bumping with like, I was like, wait, it's only been so many days since blank died.
I think it would be different if you binged it, probably. Right?
If you binged it, I think it would not matter. But yeah, Succession, not a teen show.
Not a teen show.
but God, it's so good.
I also had the ABC app, and I watched a lot of ABC shows because of that when I was younger. I also had the CW app, and I watched a lot of CW stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, what else did you watch on CW? What else was on there?
The 100 was on there.
The 100.
There was a bunch of other. I'm like trying to remember because I was like, Supernatural was the CW, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I never watched Arrow, but I remember seeing that on there.
All the
time.
commercials for Arrow. Yeah.
A lot of heavy advertising for Arrow.
And yet I never watched it.
I never watched it. They got
did not work.
They bought the rights to that man, and then they were like, push him.
Like, please watch this.
Watch the show.
Did the Shannara Chronicles? That was on MTV.
No.
That had Austin Butler in it.
Oh.
It wasn't very good.
Oh wait, I said MTV because I was gonna say on the CW app. I'm pretty sure whenever they did the Sex and the City spin-off, the Carrie Diaries, I'm pretty sure that was on the CW.
Oh, with the prequel?
Yeah, the prequel thing.
Yeah.
And that had Austin Butler in it. He
Yes,
was
it
like
did.
a love
Okay.
interest in it.
Love
Yeah.
interest.
That show was actually like I really liked it, although.
People.
And that was at a time when I wasn't watching Sex and the City, obviously,
Yeah.
because I was like, whatever, 14, but, or whatever. I remember, like, reading up on it, and people were like, there's a lot of, like, incongruities, like, it's
You're like,
not,
this
like,
is not canon.
it's not, like, the lore from the show.
This is not
Yeah.
a canon event.
This is not a canon
So
show.
they changed some of the facts of Carrie's life and stuff.
Sorry.
It's
To make it appealing to teenagers.
Yeah. Wait, what was I gonna say? Oh god. Oh, I wanted to watch the Flash show just because. What's his name?
Austin Grant.
Is that his name?
Is that the main guy?
I was gonna say Barry.
I don't know
That's
his name.
that's the character's name.
I think his name's Austin Grant. I think that's the main
I
guy.
don't know the actor's name.
I don't know. He was just sort of like a white boy of the month, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's cute. Maybe I'll watch the
Cute.
show. And then I'm like, oh, this looks really bad.
Yeah. I remember I wanted to watch Supergirl because they made Tyler Hoechlin
Superman in that one.
Superman in that, and I was like,
That's
okay,
right.
first of all, amazing casting.
Yeah.
And I was like, actually, I don't want to watch this show at all.
Oh.
It looks really bad.
Stinky.
You know what I wish I would have been like older for like when it was on was I got really into at some point watching the show Heroes because it was on Netflix at some point or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. the
Heroes
show.
loved that show.
Also had a writer's strike. It was the same time as Lost. NBC was like killing it, and then there's a writer's strike right smack in the middle of Lost and Heroes, and it fucked up both shows.
That's unfortunate because Heroes was honestly like a good
People
show.
loved
Like I
Heroes.
loved it when I found it, but I was like too late to the game.
There's an actor in Heroes that's also in American Horror Story, right?
Oh,
No, or he looks like they look very similar.
I'm not sure which one we're talking about.
Don't ask me.
Who do you think he is in American Horror Story? Like, what season, who?
He's in a lot of them, because that's how American Horror Story
Okay,
works.
well, yeah.
I just,
Matt Bomber.
He's the
Cheyenne Jackson.
He's the villain in Asylum. He's the...
Yes, yeah, he was actually also the villain in Heroes. He was a villain in Heroes.
I think he's also a villain in Chuck.
Zachary Quinto. I fucking love
Yes,
Zachary
he's
Quinto.
so good. Oh my God,
I don't know
good.
how to explain it, because it's like, I don't even think I've seen that many things with him in it, but every time I see him, I get so excited, because he's a good actor.
He eats.
Yeah.
Zachary Quinto as Star Trek.
Vulcan.
Spock, yeah.
He kills
kills.
it as Spock.
I honestly think I get him and Jason Schwartzman confused.
Whoa.
Well, that's interesting.
Because I think they kind of look alike.
I feel like there's another guy that looks exactly like Zachary Quinto, and I get him mixed up with him. I think he's also in American Horror Story. I think...
Is it the dad in the first season?
Yes. And then there's another guy who plays this, like, spoiled brat.
In
Yes.
Freak Show.
In Freak Show.
Yes.
Doodle,
Dandy.
Dandy.
Those three, I'm like, alright, this is the same guy, different fonts.
No, and then
I
throw
see
in
that,
Cheyenne
actually.
Jackson and Matt Bomber. It's like, bro, y'all are just...
Those
This is just white men. Like...
Excellent bone structure across the board, beautiful eyes, gorgeous hair, but it's the same.
It's the same, man. Copy paste.
Yeah.
But they all do something a little different. Like,
Yeah,
Zachary
a little
Quinto is so good at being evil,
Mhm.
or Spock. Haven't seen him do anything outside of that.
I'm trying to think. On the ABC Family app or whatever, I used to watch this show called Make It or Break It. You ever heard of that? That was like a gymnastics show. I loved it.
Ooh.
It was like, yeah, these
Make
girls...
it or break it, but they're talking about bones?
I don't remember where. I think they were in Colorado.
Okay.
And no, Make It or Break It, like, well, I guess. I don't know.
They break bones in the gymnastics.
But yeah, it was like these girls... It was like a bunch of high school girls in competitive gymnastics.
Was
in
it
this
fake,
little
or was
town
it like following real gyms?
It was a
this.
narrative,
I've heard of
fictional
this.
narrative
Okay.
like show.
I think
Yeah.
Sarah watched this show. This is a Sarah show.
I was really into that one for a while. I think I got into that one because my sister was good friends with a girl when she was younger that actually did gymnastics and did competitive gymnastics. So that girl watched that show and it got me like
She was like,
hooked
I
on
get
it. And then
She
I got
sees
me
it.
my friend in middle school hooked on it. So we would just watch like Make It or Break It and talk about it. And
Did
stuff.
y'all watch that Cheer documentary on Netflix that was kind of popular a couple years ago?
No.
It's that entire... It was like a documentary that followed this one...
But I heard about it. I know,
like,
everything that's
A
happening.
huge chunk of the people who are a part of that documentary are in huge trouble for
Ooh.
like different scandals.
Ooh.
And it's like really bad. It was just so strange that like, what are the odds this like cheer
documentary.
squad that like was for like a documentary, like all of them were doing like covering up
Like
shit.
really
Yeah.
bad stuff.
And it just was like super upsetting
Something's
because
going on in that town. Like,
yeah, and it was like one of the
Oh.
beloved people on the show like did some really bad shit. I'd like to say though, whenever ABC tried to change its name to Freeform,
Throwback.
that was way worse than the HBO Max debacle.
That was
I didn't realize that that's what that was. I used to watch some freeform shows like Grownish.
Grownish.
Yeah,
that was
a good one, honestly.
Yeah, that was ABC, and I was like, I love ABC, and then they're like, it's ABC Family. I'm like, okay, I love ABC Family.
Cool.
And they're like, now it's Freeform, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
What
I
does
don't
that mean?
identify with it. You've lost me as a consumer. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Brand, what is it? Brand identity or
Yeah.
like whatever. It's like I'm not.
Brand
it's not-
identity, you fucked it.
Yeah, you fucked it.
I'm gone.
Dude,
I'm 12 by the
Max.
way.
Don't even get me started on fucking Max.
HBO Max to Max. Disney Plus to Plus.
But now Max is like my app. It's like my
It's my go-to.
my girly app where all my like shows are. I'm
Yeah,
like,
my
I can watch all my
shows
shows
live.
on there. Like girls, you should watch it.
You should watch Girls. It's annoying, but it's like
It's
fun.
your like grown up teen girl show.
Yes.
It's a bunch of women in their 20s who are acting like they're teenagers.
And
Perfect.
they're horrible.
And that's
they're
real.
so annoying. And
They're the
there's no
worst.
hope for any of them.
It's awesome.
It kind of made me
Awesome.
feel better about myself.
No, that's valid. Like,
I was like, oh, well, at least I'm not this
but
bad.
at least I'm not.
At least I'm
sad
not
and
Nina
wrong.
Dunham.
Also,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Girls SNL skit. The Girls SNL skit goes hard. I don't know if y'all, I don't
think
know
I've
if I
seen
forced y'all to
I
watch
feel like
it.
I've seen. I don't know. That
It's-
sounds familiar.
They adopt someone from like Eastern Europe or Russia.
Nope. No, I've not
And
seen
she just like roasts like every character of the cast of Girls, and she has like a rubber hand because her real hand got bit by a horse.
Oh my god.
It's so fucking stupid. It's so
it.
good.
Who's the Russian like girl?
It's
Kate.
it's Tina Fey. And Tina Fey was like the guest for, so it's just like the normal cast
Well,
of
she
Tina
was
Fey
born
is
to
like
play.
doing like Russian dancing, but she has a rubber hand.
Like a smaller one?
No,
Like,
it's just a rubber hand.
That's really funny.
She's talking to Lena Dunham's character, what's her name?
Hannah.
Hannah, yeah, she's
Oh.
talking to Hannah. And she's like, oh, it'll all work out. You're only 15. She's like, I'm not 15. I'm 27. And she's like, you're 27? Get your shit together.
Someone needed to say
she's
it.
20, she's 25 or something. She's like,
Yeah.
you're 25? Get your shit together. It's okay. You're only 15.
You're only
You're soft like baby and you dress in pajamas.
15. She does though.
Yeah.
Oh, Lena. I whatever.
It's weird that like her show had a resurgence, but like everyone
She has not had a
She
resurgence,
has not
though.
had a resurgence. Everyone just agreed to just leave her in the past.
You know, we don't like her, but that show was good though.
The show is
good.
so watchable. That's probably not good for my brain. I remember thinking I was stupider after watching it. I was like, oh, okay.
Like I
feel
should not
worse.
let this influence me.
Yes, because
At
I've
all.
noticed like if I'm binging something, my inner dialogue
Oh, it becomes like the
will do
show.
characters, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I shouldn't watch Girls because I can't take anything from
You
these
don't want to
guys.
be any of those people.
Like
Maybe Ray. I identify with Ray.
I can understand.
I'm also
He
a
still
convergent.
sucks, though.
Well, he does, yeah.
But I remember like binging Brooklyn Nine-Nine in high school, and my inner monologue was Chelsea Peretti for like.
Oh, that's a good
No, but that's
inner
awesome.
monologue.
And I was just like, this is changing me a little bit. I gotta like stop. But yeah.
Well, if you want a grown-up vampire show, let me just plug this because listen, just give me a minute.
Give me 1 minute.
Just give me a minute
Evan
because
has pulled me and Laura aside multiple times.
And it's like only been like 2
2
days.
days. We're like, hey guys, I just gotta interrupt real quick and
Y'all
talk
heard
to y'all
of
about
True Bloods?
you ever heard of True Blood? But like really, it's my like grown-up vampire show. I think it's like it's kind of a more sophisticated mixture of
It's a cosmic
supernatural.
gumbo.
It's a cosmic
cosmic
combo
combo.
of the teen
Of like
vampire
literally
shows
of like the
and
different vampire of like Vampire Diaries and also what's the supernatural because it has
knows
other,
what it is.
it has
It
other
knows
supernatural
what it
things
is.
in it.
Who knows what it is?
But
Not
it's
afraid
like
of
it's
it.
campy, it's like goofy, it's silly, it's not good sometimes, but it's also like really self-aware, and that's what I love about it. It's also just like making like or attempting to make like social and political commentary at times where I'm like,
Which vampire shows never
they don't
do.
really do that. And so
They
it's
don't give
it's
a fuck about what's
that's what I'm
going
saying. It's
on.
like it's like those teen shows where you get like the romance and the drama and like the stupid stuff, but it's also like real sometimes and like just interesting the different character dynamics that they weave into it and like the political like context that they put into it. They have this whole like
political and economic
vampire rights amendments that they're trying to get ratified in the show right now and stuff. Like no, it's like but it's slay. Like I love that. I'm just like they're
No,
really
it's
like
slay.
fucking government.
You guys
in
gotta
the show.
understand the vampire democracy. It's
What's
slay.
the vampire
Slay.
Magna
And-
Carta, bro?
Like I said, bro, Skarsgård, Alexander Skarsgård is the cuntiest vampire
I
on that
can't
show.
believe that a vampire show got a Skarsgård. That's awesome.
That's
He's
good.
great. He's one of the best characters too. You're gonna love him. He's like he's not one of those ones where he's like he's not strictly good or bad. You can't really tell with him all the
Morally
time.
gray.
But
Everyone loves a morally great
he's
vampire.
cunty though. Like you'll I think you're gonna fuck with it. And I will be really sad if you don't. Again, I'm sorry if I'm hyping it up too much.
Your street cred is on the line.
I love it so much. I literally started watching it a week ago. I've already watched 24 plus hours.
When did the show
Of
start?
this show, 2008. So it's
2008?
it's old. Yeah.
It's oh wow.
It's
that,
old.
That predates Vampire Diaries, does it not?
Yes, I believe so.
Did it start during the Twilight phase or Twilight?
Twilight was like 2000.
I feel like it was like piggybacking off of that vibe for sure.
because Twilight came out. I think the book came out earlier.
And let me just say this for it too. The main character, I have known her name for years because she's kind of an iconic character. Her name is Sookie Stackhouse. It's like a thing that the vampire, her like vampire lover, who was like, by the way, was like from the 1860s, and he was like a Confederate soldier, like fighting in the
Why does that keep
28th
happening?
Infantry. I know, because that's in
That's
Twilight
a
too,
Twilight
right?
thing.
Yeah, I love it though, and he always goes Sookie, like it's a thing. And they even like I'm saying, it's self-aware. There's a part in season 2 or something where she literally like imitates him going Sookie because I'm like they knew that it
They
was
knew
kind of
corny and
silly.
silly. I gotta say, guys, it's so easy to not write a Confederate soldier vampire.
It's like really easy.
It's so
I mean,
easy.
but
Just
like
be
we're in Louisiana though,
history.
Nah.
because y'all were like Twilight is up in the Northwest. Why was there a Confederate soldier?
Yeah, what's
there?
Jasper doing?
He moved.
He moved. Well, you know what?
There's a lot of actually, what is it? There's a lot of like right wingers in Oregon and like
Yeah.
So like it's like funny that like He's just one of them.
He's just one of them. But the lead actress, Anna Paquin, if you didn't already know, is the second youngest ever winner of an Oscar. When she was 11 years old.
That's right.
When she was 11 years old, she won the Best Supporting Actress Oscar for her performance in this movie called The Piano. It's a Jane Campion movie. I know she's problematic with her whole thing last year with the whole Power of the Dog thing. It's fine. The Piano is a really good movie if you like historical period dramas and stuff. And Anna Paquin, when she was 11 years old, gave a show-stopping performance and won an Oscar for it.
Wow.
So
and then she's the main character.
She's the main character in True Blood. And I was saying this to Parker and Kazan the other day that because the acting on the show can be questionable at times. It kind of depends on who it is, and honestly sometimes I think it's not even the actor's fault. It's this dialogue kind of sucks or whatever.
Yeah.
And Sookie can be weird. I don't know if I love Anna Paquin all the time because sometimes she does this thing where she looks around, and you'll see what I mean when you're watching her. I'm tell me if you see what I'm talking about, because she does a lot of looking around. Someone will say something and she'll be
she has an inner monologue.
Yeah, she's thinking
on the part
about it. But we're not hearing it.
That's fine.
So I think that's funny personally. But whenever there's two situations in which she is using that Oscar-winning acting, okay, it's when she has to scream, and when she has to cry, she puts her whole pussy in.
She puts the whole pussy in.
Puts the whole Anna Paquin-ussy into it. And it's she's crying about something, and you're I believe that you are heartbroken right now. And she screams, and she screams with her chest, she really does. Yeah. You're damn, she's about to get murdered right now or something. Anyway, so I would just like to praise her.
True Blood.
And I love that she's in it. Anyway, that's True Blood. Grown-up vampire show, HBO. That's what I'm saying. HBO is my
excuse me, Max.
Max, my
It's on
bad.
Max.
My bad.
If I had a nickel for every time there was a Confederate soldier vampire, an iconic piece of vampire media,
I'd have two
I'd
nickels.
take nickels. I should have none. It's so easy. At least the show is in Louisiana.
That makes sense.
But it's
Twilight, come on now.
History is so vast.
There's a lot of other
The Civil
historical
War
periods
was
we could
so
reference.
short.
We could have done something else.
We could have picked he could have been from any other time. He could have.
Alright, well, thank y'all so much for listening. But yeah, I don't know.
That was
teenage shows and teenage drama.
Shows, teenage drama,
Mm-hmm.
high school stories.
High school stories.
Thanks
so
for
much
having me on.
Yeah, thanks so much for being on. This was really fun.
This is so fun.
But yeah, if y'all really like this episode, please rate it 5 stars and share it with someone who you also think would like this episode. Follow us on our Instagram at Do For The Bit Podcast. But anyway, thanks so much, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Have a great day. Bye. Bye.